Sandy Says Read. Welcome to the channel. This afternoon we are going to do another of the alphabet tags. We're up to the letter H. This tag started over at Jim's Books Reading and Stuff, and I will include a link to his channel in the drop-down box below so that you can see someone doing this in a more professional manner than I am probably going to do it. You will hear birds screeching in the background because I think that people are mowing their lawns around me, because that's what we do on the weekends in suburbia. We mow our lawns, and it upsets at least one of my birds, as you can hear in the background. All right, let's just dive into this. The H tag, you guys. Prompt number 1, Harry Potter. Would you prefer to travel to Hogwarts in a flying car or the Hogwarts Express? If I could keep it, I would like to have the flying car. Let's do that, because I would like to have a flying car. Prompt number 2, H is for horror. Why do kids love horror? Or here, you could add your favorite horror titles. I don't know why kids love horror. As a little kid, I don't think I liked horror all that much because it was scary and you would have bad dreams after watching something horrible on TV or whatever, right? I don't think I read horror as a kid. I don't think I was allowed to. Yeah, I don't think I did. But horror titles that I think are pretty cool now as an adult. Poltergeist, because I read the book before I saw the movie. Poltergeist was a good one. Cujo is a good one. Also read that book before I saw that movie. There was another one that I read in high school. There was a book. It might have been more thriller than horror, but it was about a girl named Ivy, and she was reincarnated. She had died in a car accident when she was maybe like a toddler, so she didn't have good speech skills. I'm telling you all about the book here, guys, but I don't remember the title. But the girl's name was Ivy. When she was a toddler, she was killed in a car accident, like a burning car accident. It was hot, and her fingers blistered as she was dying. This is horror, right? It's not just thriller, but horror. But the thing is, when this little girl, Ivy, is growing up, she's having nightmares and she's reliving her death in that burning car. So when she's younger, she's having nightmares of a older child. She's having nightmares where she's able to express herself as an older child. And then when she's older and having the nightmares, she's expressing herself as a younger child. And that's how they figure out she was reincarnated. That's all I remember from the book. The reincarnation angle of the child dying, and that's how they're figuring out the time or the age of the kid. Oh yeah, and a family came back to say that's our kid. That's how it was the thriller. You guys, I'm like remembering this in real time here on film. And a family came back and said, okay, that Ivy, she's our kid, and she was killed in a car accident, and she's been reincarnated into your kid. Yeah, that was a good book. I can't remember the title of it. If anyone out there remembers, based on the weirdness I just described for you, but that was a good horror thriller novel. I enjoyed that. But I was a teenager, and I've slept since then, so I can't remember the title. Okay, prompt number 3. H is for Hemingway. Hemingway or Fitzgerald. And I'm going to have to say Fitzgerald. I am more of a Fitzgerald fan than a Hemingway fan. Not denigrating Hemingway, just saying I prefer Fitzgerald. All right, prompt number 4. H is for hardback. Do you prefer hardbacks or paperbacks? You guys, it depends. It depends on what I'm doing. I love to have hardback books, the hardcover books, for the shelf. I like to have them on the shelf because they're just neat commemorative editions of books, right? Especially old antiquarian hardbacks. I love that. But if I'm going to be taking the book with me to doctor appointments, to places where I'm going to be standing around waiting on things, if I'm going to take them on a plane, the paperback is so much easier to carry, and if you rip it or if something happens to it, you're not as upset. If I'm carrying a hardback around, I gotta be careful with that. Prompt number 5. Prompt number 5, H is for Hardy. Which is your favorite Thomas Hardy novel? Well, I grabbed my Mayor of Casterbridge off the shelf. This one, you can tell, is an old, used copy of The Mayor of Casterbridge. This is from my college days when I couldn't afford nice books. So, there's the... Look, it cost $1.05. Look at that. $1.05 for that. Can you imagine? Ooh. Okay, so The Mayor of Casterbridge. Yeah, I think this one is my favorite of the Thomas Hardy novels, just because it was probably the least depressing for the poor character inside, right? Henchman, however you say his name. He was kind of a scurrilous dude, but I don't know. He wasn't as depressing and just downtrodden and despondent as Jude the Obscure. Oh, that character. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So, Mayor of Casterbridge. Prompt number 6. H is for hot. How are you coping with the heat? And this obviously was put together in a warmer time of year, because right now it is November, but it's November in Florida for me, and it is kind of warm outside. This weekend is not as bad as recent times. It's not too bad. It's pleasant here in Florida. Pleasant. So I've got no problems with the heat. Number 7. H is for Hunger Games. Do you prefer the Hunger Games or Harry Potter? Okay, I will have to put a link to my Harry Potter video in the drop-down box below, because you guys, there's a reason that the Hunger Games, I'm going to go with the Hunger Games, and you'll have to watch the Harry Potter video to see why. You know, I had purchased one of the Hunger Games books at an airport. I think I bought Catching Fire in hardcover on the way to like a business trip or something. But a friend of mine had let me read the first book, The Hunger Games. It was his copy, and so when I gave back the first book, he also got the second book. I never read Mockingjay, so I waited till the movies came out and watched it to see how it all ended. But Hunger Games. Okay, 8. H is for honey. Winnie the Pooh was addicted to honey. What is your sweet addiction? Chocolate. Anything in chocolate, I'm probably digging that, except marshmallows. The only way you can ruin chocolate for me is to like cover chocolate marshmallows. I'm not a fan. I'm not a fan of s'mores. But like those little marshmallow Santas with chocolate covering on them that are coming up this time of year, not really a fan. But anything else chocolate, I'm there. Chocolate cake. Okay, prompt number 9. H is for The Handmaid's Tale. If you've read the book, what did you think of it? And I haven't read the book. I didn't get to it, and now it's quite politicized from what I see in like reading circles, and I don't think I'd be able to read it now. Until all the politicization of it dies down, then I'll probably be able to read it. Same with Harry Potter, I think. Once all the drama just kind of chills out, then I'll read and enjoy. All right. Number 10, H is for Hopper. What are your thoughts on the works of Edward Hopper, the American painter? And I had to look it up to make sure I was thinking of the right thing. And I watched a couple of these videos, and yeah, as soon as I saw that iconic, diner painting, I'm like, oh, that's who that is. Yeah, I could take it or leave it. Whatever. That's it, you guys. That is the H tag of the alphabet tag. Short, sweet, to the point. You guys, to be notified each time I do these random things, click the bell notification icon and follow along here on this channel. Thank you for tuning in.